Big concerns about an even bigger project. Albany Medical Center is proposing expanding a $110 million urban renewal plan. It wants to raise 2 blocks in the Park South neighborhood. And tonight it was standing room only at the Common Council meeting as critics were there to sound off. Our Pat Bailey was also there, and he's joining us now live in Albany tonight outside of City Hall. Pat, they believe that this plan destroys too much.
Yeah, that's right, Dorian. They're really concerned about changes to the initial plan. For example, now Albany Med and the developers want to build an even bigger garage, one that's more than double the size of the original one that they unveiled to the public previously in the previous months of this year. Now, that coupled with the overall size of the project, the fact that Albany Med may be getting tax breaks, and traffic congestions were all concerns enough to get people out of their Park South homes tonight and down here to City Hall to have their voices heard.
That's what people are most concerned with in Park South, that we're losing our neighborhood integrity, that we're losing our neighborhood relationships, that we're losing our neighborhoods.
One after one, residents of Park South told the Albany Common Council why more questions need to be asked, why more studies need to be done before allowing Albany Med to tear down buildings, expand nearly 2 full city blocks, and receive tax breaks.
How can the city finance a private developer while carrying a budget deficit, reduce state aid payments, and having 60% of real property tax exempt?
Residents also said they wanted to see traffic studies and better plans to accommodate a parking garage that will hold 875 vehicles. Developers say Albany Med would not spend the money if it wasn't needed. But it wasn't just residents developers heard from. Caroline Kennard owns a business in Park South. She fears the big expansion will hurt her small business.
I'd really hate to, lose it. Lose the fact that, some of my customers, if I have to move out the area, I'll lose some of my customers. I worked hard to build this business. I've got 5 girls and, this is it.
Developers stressed tonight nobody's voice will go unheard, and the project is still a long way away from being complete.
We are listening to the neighbors. We are trying to provide for them. We are trying to do what they need for police protection and be certain that the city signs on to it. This plan is not cast in stone. We're certainly willing to work with people to make certain that it works for both Albany Medical Center, Tri-City Rental, and the public.
Now, bottom line here tonight, nothing was decided, but as you heard, developers now go back to the drawing board, or at least back to their offices, and have a lot on their plate and a lot to respond to before they move forward with this project. So what is the next step? Well, it's everything they heard tonight and everything they heard at a planning board meeting last month. They will take all those questions and those concerns, they will respond to them in writing, and then give them to the city for review. Live in Albany tonight, Pat Bailey, CBS 6 News.